Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Unicorn Battle in North America, as this is the final battle of the spring season 2022. Today, we have startups from North America who will compete for the world's investors' attention, and the winner of today's battle will represent the whole region in the Unicorn Cup, which will be already next Thursday, June 16th. And now let me invite our CEO of Unicorn.Events, our wonderful and inspiring Anna Fedorova.
Thank you, Mary, for such a wonderful introduction. I am so glad to see you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Unicorn.Events, the world's largest startup pitch contest. And as Mary said, we are here today for the North America startups who will be pitching live and competing to take this final place in our world finals. All contestants are known, only North America is still unknown yet, who will be presenting this region. We are broadcasting to the whole world thanks to our sponsors. We greatly appreciate our platinum sponsor, Network VC, the management company of our global ecosystem and main center of our venture activities. Our golden sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. If you want to invest into the startups that win our unicorn battles together with other VCs and business angels, scan this QR code or go to our event page and join us to participate in greatest deals. Our silver sponsor, Startup Inc., an investor onboarding and management platform to get an access to the exclusive deals worldwide. And our honored sponsor, Freshworks. Freshworks is the leader of cloud-based customer and employee software, including CRM, live chat, support, marketing, automation, ITSM, HRMS. Freshworks is fast to onboard, priced affordably, built to delight, yet powerful enough to deliver critical business outcomes. Headquartered in San Mateo, California, Freshworks operates around the world to serve more than 56,000 customers, including Bridgestone, ChargeBee, Delivery Hero, ITV, Klarna, MultiChoice, OfficeMax, TaylorMade, and Vice Media. Thank you guys for making these events possible. And we would like to draw your attention to a very important subject. You know that it has been more than 3 months that Ukraine is suffering of being invaded by Russian troops, and most of the teams that do unicorn events, as you know, is from Ukraine. So we are supporting these great guys. We are supporting Ukrainian startups, really talented people who are brave, defending their country and defending their businesses. And now Network VC had company had created a special fund to invest into Ukrainian startups. Please follow the link to support these wonderful people and this initiative. Thank you very much for doing so. As Mary already mentioned, every Thursday we had wonderful events all over the world. We are almost done because next Thursday, June 16th, will be event for the whole day, starting early morning in Asia and finishing early morning in America. So we'll be, as the sun goes around the planet, we will also, so don't miss it out. Startups will pitch twice for the whole globe. It will be also widely broadcasted all over the world. Do not miss this opportunity to be there inside the event, because you know during the event you can interact directly with anyone who is there, top VCs, business angels, great startups, great innovations, wonderful guests. So please make sure that you are there. And our unicorn events. You know, but it's worth mentioning that we have been on air since 2009. We are doing events all over the world. Used to do them offline, now doing online and offline, both ways, and we are everywhere. And our statistics is really great. Our startups are raising lots of money, being able to interact directly with everybody who is there. We do not stand in the middle, and we have also wonderful partners who are with us. They are located in different parts of the world. It's our unfair advantage. We love our partners. They do unicorn events. That is events for startup ecosystems where there located in the state, in some city, or in some country, or the region. And the winners of the unicorn pitches go and pitch at unicorn battles. You will see some of them today. And if you are leading VC or startup community and we haven't been introduced yet, please contact me directly or ask our wonderful Mary. She will introduce you to me, and we will talk business, and we will hopefully do business together. And our partners community is growing rapidly. Last year it had 1 million users, and we always welcome new people at our startup family and our partners family as well. So we are at the Unicorn Battle North America for North American startups, and please meet our wonderful host for today, Mary. You know her, and we are looking forward to see who will be competing today. Mary, please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Anna. As you know, we are live. That is why you are all welcome to share broadcasting links with your network, so everyone can see online you in our today's event. And now I'm very excited to share information about our partners, and our team is excited about our partnership network. And thanks for support of today's event for Silicon Valley Ventures, Startup Grind Fukuoka, the accelerator with Michael Cuniff, M7 Healthcare Accelerator, Founder Institute, and Proyecto Apasionados. Thank you for being with us all this way. And now let's get to know our judges who will evaluate our startups today. And firstly, we greet our special category, official judges. Anna, please be so kind to introduce them.
My pleasure, Mary. Yes, as you know, judges will be evaluating investment potential of the startups. And we have 4 categories of judges: guests, business angels, expert board, our esteemed judges, and official judges who represent not only venture funds or accelerators or some corporation, but they also represent some certain region or some certain entities, community or ecosystem of startups. And I am very glad to start with the great friend of Unicorn.Events, wonderful woman from Canada that we love so much, Kelly Luo. She's representing Canada. Obviously, Kelly is founding an investor at Months International. So glad to see you, Kelly, with us today.
Hi, Anna. How are you? Thank you so much for having me again. Thank you, Maria. So hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Luo. I'm the founder and the investor of Months International based in Toronto, Canada. We're interested in B2B technology companies with artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and advanced materials solutions in the manufacturing, smart living, and the medical sectors. Our average check size is between $500,000 to $1 million. And we will help you to fast grow your business within our well-established network. Good luck to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Please welcome official judge representing Florida, Jim Thomas. Jim is a partner at Kerinaga Partners. Hello, Jim.
Great to be with you guys again. Thank you so much, Anna. Always appreciate what you do and bringing the global community together to have these important conversations and raise innovators and big ideas to the forefront. I've been working in the venture capital space for quite a few years now. Love to see companies go from pre-revenue and help them get into commercialization. Our average check size is from 500,000 to usually around 2 or 3 million, or these days we have a lot of success structuring deals because so many early stage companies don't have that structure, and they have so many people that do want to invest in their great innovations and technologies, but they don't, these investors don't know what they're actually investing in. And so we love to be able to lead deals. We say all of our investments are making the planet a better place, making humanity into, we think of it as humanity 3.0. And as we develop those technologies, we'll be able to take them off planet as well, as we think space will be a multi-trillion-dollar industry by the end of this decade. So great to be with you guys.
Great to have you, Jim. Hope you'll find some skyrocketing deals today.
Yes.
And please welcome official judge representing California, Los Angeles, David Mandel. David is a managing partner at Emerging Ventures. Hello, David.
Hello, great to be here today. David Mandel with Emerging Ventures. Based in Los Angeles today, actually coming to you from Austin, Texas, where I'm out here attending Consensus, an amazing crypto conference with 15,000 attendees. So we invest, we're dabbling now into some Web3 startups as well, which is the future, but we invest in emerging tech of all kinds, basically any startup using technology to solve a real world problem or improve a business process, including some deep tech, but mostly conventional tech startups throughout the US, Canada, and some from Israel. And Emerging.VC is our website. Feel free to check out our portfolio companies and inquire for more information.
Wonderful. Great that you could make it. We'll have more judges, official judges joining us as the event goes on, and I will give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. And now we have another category of judges who can introduce themselves. Right, Mary? Can you take over? Please unmute yourself.
Thank you. For sure, I would like to introduce our expert board, this category of judges whose votes will define who will be a winner today. They're all well-known venture professionals that play a crucial role in startup ecosystem. Dear members of expert board, please raise your hand and introduce yourselves. Who want to be the first today? One of you. Hi, Diana. Nice to meet
Hello.
you. Yeah. Hi.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet everybody. Hi, I'm Diane Bailey. I am with Founder Institute. Founder Institute is the world's largest pre-seed accelerator. I am the head of accelerator growth at Founder Institute, as well as I run the Colorado chapter for our program. So we work with the serious founders at the earliest stages and get them ready for traction and ready for funding.
Great, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. And anyone else wants to share the information? By the way, you can use our chat and share all the information there.
Hi, Maria, how are you? And Anna, great to see you. Gabriel here based in Colombia, between Colombia and Switzerland, and involved in deep tech, renewable energies, blockchain intersection, and advising, investing, and happy to be here. Yeah. Today.
Thank you. We are happy that you are with us today. Thanks.
Yeah.
And judges, please raise hands so I could see you. Narayanan. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Great. I'm Narayanan Ganapati. I'm the CEO of BambooCon. It's an equity crowdfunding platform based in Dubai and in Bahrain. We help startups, SMEs raise equity financing by issuing tokenized securities. We are sector agnostic, but historically, as a managing partner of AngelVest Ventures, we've invested in a lot of US startups across various sectors, including fintech, healthcare technology, and education technology. Very much look forward to seeing all of the startups pitching today. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Really good luck to all our startups today. Now we have Ella. Dr. Ella Lee joined us, our official judge. Hi, Ella.
Hi, Maria, and hi, Anna. So great to see you all. I'm the CEO of Hanghai Bio Labs, leading is a global business in life science investment and also incubation. I'm also the founder
Ella, sorry to interrupt you. We do not see you. We see your beautiful background, but not you. Yes, you are here. Yes, can I do it? A special introduction. Ella is a wonderful person, a very energetic woman who does multiple things, multi-focused, but most recently, Ella has joined the M7 team and is leading this team towards the future. And she's official judge represented San Francisco Bay Area. So Ella, the stage is yours. let's start over.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anna. So yes, exactly. So I'm the founder of I'm7 Healthcare Accelerator, providing acceleration funding and also other key resources to startup in healthcare sectors. So myself is a healthcare focused investor, and I have a special interest in biotech and also life science investment opportunity from discovery to proof of concept to commercialization stage. Is really glad to be here.
Thank you for being with us.
Welcome.
Well,
Who else? Please raise your hand. We have a couple minutes for the introduction. Please introduce yourself, fund you represent, and mention your sweet spots and what geographies and industries you invest in. If not, we can go on.
we can go to our voting process. Every participant of our event now is able to play a great role in the destiny of startups that are pitching today. We have 4 categories of votes, and every category's votes are counted separately, but the winner will be the one. To vote, make sure you are on the event page currently logged in under your profile and see the numbers beneath logos of the startups. Please evaluate from 1 to 5. 1 is the lowest mark, 5 is the highest mark, and no confirmation button is needed. Should you need any help or assistance, please write to our chat, to our support team, and they will help you. Okay, and now I'm happy to open the main part of today's event, pitches of 10 wonderful startups. And I would like to remind our founders that each of you will have 3 minutes for pitching, 3 minutes for question and answer session. And please do not mention any fundraisings out loud, because we are broadcasting all over the world. And in some countries, there are strict legislations in this regard. So please follow this rule. And now, everyone, please welcome our startups. Now, startup number 1, startup Epsi, founder Turaj. Please, stage is yours.
Hello, hi everybody. Let me go ahead and share the screen.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you, I appreciate it. All right. Can you see the screen? Can you hear me and see the screen?
Yeah, everything is fine.
Oh, perfect. All right, everybody. I'm Turaj. I'm founder of Appsy. We are creating the first true AI SaaS to build elegant, affordable custom apps. We are backed by Techstars, Sunstone, investors, and Techos Angels. The problem we are trying to solve is there is a lack of decent custom app builders under 20K. The existing options are either do-it-yourself, also called low-code. There is building hassle involved. You have to spend months to learn these platforms, and the output is cookie cutter looking. Or you can go with conventional dev shops. They're super expensive. There is no transparency, and the process is slow. In fact, we are getting customers from best of these worlds. Bubble, the most popular one, we are getting customers from them. AppSheet, acquired by Google, we got customers from them. And of course, a lot of people go with dev shops, spend 100K, they come to us to build an app. So the difference is that instead of compared to low code, they throw you all of these components and say, good luck, do it yourself. With us, you just talk to our conversational AI agents. It fully understand what you say and map it to one of more than 100 models that we have. And then it takes you through the customization just by talking. And in a matter of hours, your app is fully published in the app stores. So it easy said, but it's based on my own PhD research. And so basically we've used AI or automation in every step of the process, from defining, designing, code generation, publishing the app to the app store. And we have a provisional patent on the entire process. The result is better, faster, and cheaper. Instead of months to build, it takes hours to build. Instead of spending 100K to build an app, it's just 5 to 15K with our platform. It's a huge market. If we look at the entire market, $500 billion, but we've been only focusing on the startups, which itself is a huge market, growing at 25% annually. We have a proven traction. In the first year since we started, we generated 500,000 for the customers worldwide. In terms of compared to the competition, we offer the lowest prices in the market. We are fastest to market in terms of generating these apps, and we support both mobile and web. Majority of them only support one or the other. We have a great team with 40 years of experience. I myself have a lot of experience in execution. I led teams with more than 100 people in top financial companies in the US. And same goes for my co-founding team. Our business model is subscription-based. Our average contract size is 12K and kind of it's charged over months. Our LTV is 30K. Our current MRR is 20K and expected to hit 50K at the current rate by end of the year. We are fundraising. I'm not disclosing the amount because of the rules, but I just can tell you it's 10% left to close. So if you are interested, email me at ceo@appsi.io. Thank you so much. I invite you to join our Disrupting a Scalable in Revenue startup. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you for your presentation, Touraj. Dear judges, please, if you have any questions, raise your hands now. For now, who will be the first? Kelly, please.
Hi, Touraj, Kelly here. A great presentation. So my question is, what are your go-to-market strategies?
Sure, good question. I have a slide normally on it, 3 minutes, I couldn't put it there. We have 6 different channels. At this point, 30% of our customers come from online digital marketing, 70% of them come through physical activities. By physical activities, what do I mean? We sponsor a lot of pitching competition. In the last 2 months, we sponsored 2 huge like competitions. Each of them had more than 100 startups attending. So normally we go and say we sponsor number 1 team, we give them 80% to team number 1, everybody get 10%, we get like 20-30 customers just from those activities. But like I said, as we are growing, we are shifting our turn into online marketing. By end of this year, our goal is 100 customers, and we can achieve that. Next year is going to be 1,000 customers. And my goal is to get 80% of our customers through online marketing.
Great, all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any other questions? If no, thank you, Touraj, for your presentation. And we are moving to our second startup for today, startup Adway. And Sasha is the founder. Sasha, please share your screen and the stage is yours.
Hi guys, thank you, Mary. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, please make full screen.
Yep. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Sasha Krylov and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Adway. At Adway, we create very unique technology that enables daily drivers to make extra cash by displaying ads on the sides of their personal cars. Unlike our competitors, we do not wrap their cars in static decals. We do not put digital rooftops that make their cars look like cabs. We provide them with a couple of very small and flexible projecting devices of our own invention that they can easily attach and detach depending on where they are and when they want to make money with us. We even joke with our drivers, guys, you can take your day to dinner without showing how you pay for this. And so far, this joke never failed me to secure a driver. Given our flexibility, we can easily amass more drivers than any competitor in the market. And with only 5,000 drivers across the country, we can have the largest digital network, which is very easy to obtain, given there are 4 million daily drivers in rideshare and delivery community. Our platform consists of 3 tenants. We've got our technology, our hardware. We've got the driver-facing app that is being used by our drivers to track their performance and actuate payouts. And we also have a client-facing website, which enables them to create and launch campaigns within real times and track those campaigns on demand. Within the past few months, we've been demonstrating product market fit, securing campaigns with such renowned brands as Duracell, Estee Lauder, Lionsgate, just to mention a few. And we have been generating revenue, which is outperforming our own projections, $1,000 per car per month. Our revenue has been growing 2x month over month, and we right now have more than 5,000 drivers on our wait list. So how do we actually make money? We sell on a CPM basis, on cost per 1,000 impressions. At $3 CPM, we would generate $800 per car per month. Then we pay our drivers about $200 on average with additional flexible costs. And our gross margin is about $500 to $600, which, as you can imagine, allows us to pay off our $1,500 device within 2 to 3 months. So today we have 100 drivers in the United States, 60 of them are in Los Angeles, 40 are in other markets. And we have been very successful in generating traction with direct to brand sales. Our next move is to amass more drivers and generate more traction with advertising agencies, which would allow us to tap into national and regional campaigns, as well as tap into the programmatic buy. Our team draws decades of experience from technology, from ad sales and driver management from the leading companies in the industries. And with that, we think we can take this to the next level. With our current raise, we are planning to go to 500 additional drivers, which we're going to be generating $1,000 per car per month. And all this we're doing on our way to the global vision to have the largest digital network of digital displays on cars, which consists of 5,000 drivers across 4 or 5 major markets. Now I'd like to open it to questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Sasha. Great solution. We have first question from Ella.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I do have 2 questions. What is your go-to-market strategy? And also, can you discuss about your competitive advantage? Who is your biggest competitor?
Sure. So in terms of our go-to-market strategy, given our limited scale, we approached brands directly, and we have seen a lot of success there. We tried talking to the advertisement agencies, but they keep telling us, guys, come back to us when we have thousands of drivers. That's exactly why we're raising more capital in order to provide them with those thousands of drivers across major markets. But surprisingly to us, all those advertising agencies that have been telling us no, finally started coming back because they saw value in our advertisement technology around events. So right now, in addition to the to acquiring campaigns with brands, we also have been very successful at launching campaigns, for Art Basel, around Pride festivals, right now around the country, and so on and so forth. So in terms of our competitive advantages, well, our technology is very flexible, right? So again, it's not a car wrap, which is static by nature, right? It's not a digital rooftop that makes your car look like a cab. It's a very flexible system that effectively brings the privacy back to and customization back to their to the drivers, and enables them to choose when they want to make money and when they want to use their car for their own purposes. In terms of value proposition to our advertisers, we collect tremendous amount of data that is becoming available to them as the campaign is elapsing in real time. And this is our major improvement over whatever is available on the market currently.
Okay, thank you. We have another question from Kelly.
Hi, Sasha, that's a great idea. My question is, does this ad display will affect drivers' car insurance?
No, not at all, actually. So our devices are fully insured by Adway. And so far, we actually never had a single problem. I mean, again, our pool of drivers is limited. It's only 100 cars, but we haven't had a single problem with them.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. And the final question from Narayanan.
Hey, Sasha, great presentation. Thank you for that. A quick question. Have you had a chance to kind of compare the ROI for advertisers using your solution vis-a-vis, the other channels like, the normal electronic hoardings, etc.?
Yeah, so great question. So the thing is that a lot of our clients opt for different types of campaigns, and those clients that ultimately were trying to measure ROI, they typically bundled us together with some other platforms. So which makes it very impossible for us to really designate, whether the value came specifically from us or it was a kind of a communal effort. But we definitely can provide this value. And right now we're enabling 2 new features. One of them, which is going to allow retargeting. And the second one, which is based on our proprietary technology on Bluetooth. We effectively count how many active Bluetooth devices, think of cell phones and headsets, are around every single car in real time. We upload all this data to our server, and then based on the beacon, which is installed in our client stores, we can see how many of those people who were exposed to the ad on the car actually ended up walking into the store. We obviously do not know whether the purchase actually happened, but we can definitely track the device, the cell phone, from the point of exposure to the point of purchase.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. So if I understand you correctly, that is currently being built, the solution that you just said.
It's launched. We're
It's
right now
already-
running two. Yeah, currently running 2 campaigns that are doing that exact thing.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sasha. Great presentation, really.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we are moving to our third participant for today, Startup Same Therapy, and Susie and Stephanie with her today with us.
Hi, I logged on, I think, to the wrong link, but Stephanie, if you could share your screen, I think you should be able to.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Okay.
Okay, so I'm Susie Morozovich. This is Stephanie Sigma. We're from Telebehavioral Health US. We provide the same therapy from a different couch. In other words, accessible, affordable, and evidence-based behavioral healthcare solutions. You can flip forward, Steph. So the problems that we're trying to address are twofold. Problem one is mental illness is the leading source of disease burden in the United States. We've seen suicide go from the second leading cause of death for 14 to 24-year-olds to 10 to 34-year-olds just in the past 7 years. At the same time, over the past couple decades, we've had a growing mental health provider shortage that's expected to be 250,000 workers short by 2025. That was even prior to the pandemic. The workforce conditions, low wages, long hours, on average, mental health workers, specifically social workers, make 20 grand a year less than people with similar experience in education and other industries. And we really see that you can't address this problem, this disease burden, without addressing the workforce conditions. Flip ahead, Steph. So our solution with Telebehavioral Health US is to leverage technology to improve workforce conditions and increase access to affordable care. We are a behavioral health telemedicine company. We provide the actual medical procedure of outpatient therapy. We believe this has worked to improve workforce conditions for so many of our workers. We started in 2016 and scaled in 2020. We've been able to offer higher wages, more flexible hours, work from home. It's a female-dominated workforce, so that works out great. We provide a clinically supportive environment, help them get their licensure if needed, and we also increase opportunities for growth and mobility for them. We also are looking to increase access to care. It's accessible to anybody, and it's covered by most major insurances. We were the first telemedicine behavioral health care company in the US to get in with Medicaid and Medicare with this CMS. Flip ahead, Steph. So what makes us different from some of the other competitors that we have is none of them can say same therapy, different couch. These are software companies. They're not regulated by HIPAA. They're categorized as self-help programs. They're not reimbursable by insurance as actual therapy. And it's a clinically unsupported environment, which increases risk for patients. And it creates legal and ethical issues for providers because they falsely advertise as therapy. We are a HIPAA covered entity. We're in network, like I said, with Medicare and Medicaid. We were the first telemedicine organization to do that. We were the first telemedicine organization with United Behavioral Health to get supervisory protocol throughout the US. We offer clinical support and supervision, and we're actually a medical group practice, not a software company. You can skip ahead. So our traction since 2020, we've added 30 providers. We are in network with over 25 payers. We have added 700 new clients, and we have added 6 new practice locations from Michigan to create 7 practice locations. And you can skip ahead there, Steph. Our revenue since 2021 and 2019, when it was a practice of 1 person, our revenue was about 47,000. Our revenue for 2021 was 585,000, and our total revenue to date since 2020 has been, or since 2019, sorry, has been 1.5 million. You can skip forward. So our goal is to scale 250 clinicians by the end of 2026, be a network with every state in the United States. And if we are able to do that, our annual projected sales would be just under 28 million, and our annual profit would be just over 10 million. You can skip ahead, Steph. Stephanie and I are the founders. We are both licensed clinical social workers. I've been in practice since 2004. Stephanie, you've been in practice since
2011.
Yep. We like to think of ourselves as kind of the business mullet, if you will. Stephanie is the business in the front, and I am definitely the party in the back. I like to head up the clinical operations, and she does all of our general operations, administrative, credentialing, and all that good stuff. This is our leadership team. And we are Telebehavioral Health. I think that's about time. Telebehavioral Health US.
Thank you, great ladies, for the presentation. And now we have first question from Jim.
Yeah, could you talk a little bit more about, I guess, user or customer or patient acquisition?
Yep. So right now we have, well, for the past 4 years, been afraid to really market. We have all of our growth has been organic because of the need that's there. We have never carried a wait list to get anybody into therapy. We also are unlimited by office space. So where a lot of organizations are limited by their office space, we have unlimited office space. So we just keep growing as the clients come in. With funding, we'd be able to skip that timeline ahead by a couple of years, and we would then start marketing. And so far, it's Psychology Today. If you live in the US and you search therapists near me, the first 50 links that pop up are going to be Psych Today profiles. I would say 60% of our clients come from them. We have done some minimal Google advertising, but I do not think that that drives most of our marketing. So we've been fortunate that we have not had a huge marketing budget because the demand. It's, I mean, high demand, low supply. I have an economics minor too.
But then the therapy would be traditional mental health therapy?
It is. We, prior to the pandemic, we had 180 pages of policies and procedures for us to be a healthcare organization that could provide the common procedure code of psychotherapy, which includes a diagnosis. You know, it's got a handful of things that are required. And that's why I call our competitors out, because they're calling it therapy and it's not. It would be like me saying I'm a brain surgeon and putting firecrackers in people's ears. It's not therapy. So we are a healthcare organization. Like I said, CMS has recognized us and worked with us since 2016 to increase access and be covered by Medicare, and Medicaid in particular has been a challenge for a lot of providers. So even prior to the pandemic, we were already in network with most of our payers. Another question?
Great, thanks.
Did they answer your question? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. We have a question from Diana.
Hi, thank you for giving your pitch today.
Thank you.
Question for long-term growth on the telehealth ecosystem. So you would think that telehealth, with our exposure to everyone wanting to do everything from home, should be growing. But if you look at the public stocks like Teladoc in the industry, they have tanked recently. So can you tell a little bit about why you think that you are going to avoid the detriment that those other companies are facing?
Because we're actually telemedicine, and there's a huge difference. So even though our name is Telebehavioral Health, we're considered a telemedicine organization. So according to our payers and the Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services, we are the same as an in-person healthcare organization. And we're not going to see this demand go away. What we are going to see is a lot of legislation being passed, there's a lot of concerns ethically and legally with companies like the one you mentioned and the ones that are our competitors, because it forces clinicians into a violation of sometimes their state laws, but also their codes of ethics. And so we are in a different category. Like I said, when we apply for credentialing, they consider us as an in-person healthcare organization. Does that answer your question? So the difference is telehealth can be a self-help service. It can be coaching. It can be lots of sorts of things online, reading. We provide telehealth services through our self-help section on our website. Telemedicine has to be the same procedure code delivered via a video platform that's HIPAA compliant. So the reason why they're all telehealth and we're telemedicine is we follow all the things we have to do to provide the medical procedure of psychotherapy. This would be like an hour and a half long dissertation I could go into, but just Google the difference between telehealth and telemedicine, or look up telehealth.org. Just did a really great article called "All That Glitters Is Not Gold," and that is the best pitch I can give you in that aspect. Is we're not going anywhere. We've been doing this since prior to the pandemic, and we're telemedicine.
Susie, thank you. We have a brief question from Ella. Yeah, final please.
Yes. So the space is indeed really crowded. Actually, we do have a big physician network. So I can chat with you. So you can reach out me later. So a quick question is, can you talk about your revenue breakdown?
So right now because we provide routine outpatient services. So it's about 7 different procedure codes. So our procedures are all covered by our in-network payers. 75% of our revenue to date has been reimbursed by our payers and not out of pocket, which is pretty unheard of in the telemedicine telehealth space. And so once a claim is submitted, we send to the payers. Right now, we have an aging balance of our accounts receivable of about 130 grand that's rolling at any time. Healthcare reimbursement is very slow, and that's one of the struggles that we face is we don't get money from our sales immediately, and sometimes it's 6 to 12 months later, and sometimes they take it back. We have to fight to get it back. So we have a biller that works for us that submits those claims, and once the revenue comes to us, we then pay out our clinicians 70% of all of their sales, which makes their revenue almost twice as high as your traditional psychotherapy placement. So when I was at a typical organization doing outpatient, I was making 45 a year, seeing 32 clients. If we had a clinician seeing 32 clients for us a year, they'd be making over 90. So it is literally almost twice as much revenue, and it allows them to open up time for their families. Again, it's a female-dominated workforce. So we really want to entice providers into this industry because of this shortage. Does that answer your question in terms of revenue breakdown? So last year, I think was, 550. I think the year before was like 180, 2020 when we first started scaling. But our goal is to 250 clinicians. So we've generated that based on the typical session rate reimbursement from all of our payers.
Thanks for your answers, and we have to move on because of
our thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are moving to Martin's startup Supplyful. Hi, please share your screen.
There are 200 million creators globally, but 60% of them struggle to make money, creating $1 trillion market opportunity. Hi, I'm Martin, founder and CEO of Supplyful, and we make it easy for creators to launch their own private label brand to earn more money. Meet Mason. He's a fitness creator, and he's struggling getting the brand promotion deals needed to support his lifestyle. So he's constantly looking for other ways to earn more. He had an idea of launching his own supplement brand, but he quickly realized that it is really hard. He needs to invest a lot of money up front, spend months to find the right partnerships and set up distribution, and hire a team of people just to run the whole operation. So it was too complicated and too risky for him, and he ditched the idea. One day, scrolling through his social feed, he noticed the Supplyful ad. Launch your own supplement brand for free. It sounded too good to be true, but he decided to give it a try. With just a couple of clicks, Mason registered on Supplyful, chose his products, branded the labels, and connected his online store. And that's when things really took off. 6 months into partnership with Supplyful, Mason has made more than $170,000 in revenue, all while enjoying his life in Miami and creating awesome content for his followers. And it's possible because Supplyful acts as a silent partner on behalf of all of our creators. We are unifying the entire business cycle from product selection all the way through online store setup and order deliveries into a single digital platform with no upfront costs. And our creators absolutely love our solution. We have been 8 months into beta and have helped creators make almost more than $500,000 in revenue and have established a robust infrastructure in US market while maintaining a solid 20% month-over-month growth. And it's possible because we have been the creators ourselves. We bootstrapped our first e-commerce startup in the US market and successfully sold it in 2020. Our team knows exactly what type of tools we need to build to make sure that our creators succeed. We're backed by the top investors in Baltics and US, including operators at Bolt, Startup Wise Guys, and Diaspora Ventures from San Francisco. Now we are raising our seed round to onboard thousands of creators. We already have half of the round committed, but there's still room to join. So if you're interested to learn more, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm Martin, founder and CEO of Supplyful, and we make it easy for creators to launch their own private label brands to earn more money. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, Martin. Please, judges, your questions. Raise your hands. Jim, please.
And you said, great presentation. You said creators, but then it really seems to, is it solely around the supplement industry? Or I guess, could you talk a little bit about how wide is the vertical?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. So basically, supplements is just the first vertical that we are focusing on. But eventually we will open multiple verticals focusing on e-gaming, productivity, wellness. Eventually we can open any type of consumer packaged goods product on our platform that meets three main criteria: that it's easy to ship with e-commerce supply chains, it has a long shelf life, and there's a personalization element in that. So basically we will be adding, for example, healthy chocolates.
And can you talk a little bit about the financial model? Was it a straight percentage or recurring, piece of revenue? Or
yeah, so these are our three main revenue drivers. So we are adding 33% markup on any product that we list on the platform. So for example, if we purchase a product for $10, then we list it on the platform for $13, and then the creators can sell it for $50 if they want, and they only pay us $13. So that's our main revenue driver. Second, we have introduced subscription plans with different tiers. And if the creator decides to launch his own storefront with Supplyful, then we take a 5% commission from all the sales that they make.
Great, thanks.
Thank you. We have a question from Jules. Hi.
Hi, thanks. Question on liability. So, I mean, anybody can say I have a great supplement and sell products, but do you have any liability if the stuff they're actually selling doesn't work or it's crap?
First of all, we are helping them to sell these brands. So if there's a liability, then first that will come after is this brand that is selling that actual product, because we are not anywhere listed on the label once the product goes out of our facility. But in terms of liability, there's always product insurance liability, which we actually help all of our creators to establish, and we have our own product liability as well. Insurance for product liability.
Okay, thank you for the answer. And the final question from Gabriel.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. Great presentation. I had some doubt quickly on maybe have you considered when the content creator is growing, their image, their brand, and then an existing brand reach to them, and maybe they can make even more revenue or more money with an existing, stronger brand than their own brand that they're creating. I don't know if you have run some numbers or have you calculated the risk if that happens, or maybe that shouldn't be a conflict down the road. Just curious.
So what we see in the market, what is happening, that, for example, massive superstars like Mr. Beast are already launching their own brands and they're not partnering with any others. So these creators start to understand that it's better to actually invest your own money in your own brand equity, therefore building more of a generational wealth. Because if they partner with some existing brand, this partnership might lapse, and beyond that they can't earn any more money. So that is what we basically see in the market.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, Martins, for the presentation.
Thanks.
Good luck. And now the stage is for Startup Power Dev and founder Mustafa. Hi.
Hi. Hello. Can I share my screen?
Yes, please share your screen and start.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Mustafa, CEO of PowerDev. We are providing ML-based battery energy storage dispatch modeling, and we are using energy big data and turning them into SaaS insights for renewable decision making. So basically, to start with, we are focusing initially in Northern American continent because deregulation and liberalization efforts are creating much more problems than other parts of the world. Of course, we will look to other regions right after that, but database decision-making renewables is very important. And right now, this investment is increasing. And after the war in Russia, Ukraine, and investment trends in United States, there is a big money coming in, also clean tech investments, but renewable investors are not do not have enough tools to go faster. So the problem that we see in the market is to reach carbon zero goals, investing in battery storage is mandatory, but it's not easy to decide and not easy to manage. The data is dispersed, so database decision making is not easy, and estimating of electricity price is really hard. We are currently providing machine learning powered future projections and optimization for battery energy storage and trading. We already validated unified all market data historically, and we are gathering real-time data, and we are providing much more accurate price estimation for decision makers. As all of you know, renewables are the future and they are increasing rapidly. But the more important hot topic is battery energy storage to be able to provide security of supply of electricity to the whole country. We are providing, based on billions of rows of data every day and live collect data, we are providing modeling, insights, and visualization in our SaaS platform. And we are using lots of data layers to decide on the investment plays and decision making on daily operations. Our potential clients are mostly B2B energy development companies, renewable energy development companies, power trading, energy storage companies, and financial institutions who are in need of this data. Right now, we plan 3 modules in our product. 2 of them are live. 3 weeks ago in San Antonio, we launched our product. Now project siting and battery modeling modules are live, and we are currently marketing these tools. And competition makes us very excited because all these companies are very old school companies, and all of them are acquired by big giants with the valuation of between 200 million to 500 million. And they are now arms of big corporations, but we are very flexible. We offer more than they do. None of them offers battery energy storage. We provide battery energy storage on top of the big data we gathered in Northern American market. And we are on track. We are on our plan. We finished our Q1 and Q2 goals. Now we are proceeding for next steps. And we launched, as I told you, 3 weeks ago in San Antonio, Clean American Power Conference. We launched our product, and already we are doing demos. 7 demos already booked. 2 of them were done yesterday. So we already invoiced to some American renewable energy companies. We are also planning to increase our revenues enormously in coming years, because even competitors are charging $200,000 per user per year. And we already got some investment, pre-seed investment, and we will be looking for more. And our team is complementary team, which I already have a B2B SaaS, successfully globalized. Mehmet is our CTO, who did big data management in a big startup company in hospitality industry. And Ömür is American energy market expert and battery expert in our team. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mustafa. Thanks for the presentation. And now we are here to listen to judges' question. Please raise your hands. Diana.
Thank you for your pitch today. Question about how are your customers currently solving this problem, and how are you X amount better than how they are currently working through this challenge?
Thank you very much for your question. We didn't observe whole market, but the companies that we work with, they are buying any solution right now to solve their problem, because data is a big problem for decision making. Maybe I show 4 competitors. One last company that we talked, they bought solutions from all 4, but they still had to do their analysis by themselves. This is, by the way, these competitors are only doing big data part, but on top of that, we are adding battery energy storage, which none of them has, and none of them are even thinking about AI solutions, because they are really old school companies. They are in the market for long years. I think that's our strength. We are a startup. We are very fast. For instance, after this exhibition, we decided to include hydrogen energy battery modeling in our tool, and we are planning to launch this month. Not all modules, not all full mature module, but we can act very fast to disrupt them. I think this is our strength.
Thank you. Any other questions from judges? Yeah, Gaurav, hello.
Hi, You just mentioned the hydrogen energy modeling you are introducing, right? I've been in clean tech since 2006, spent quite some time. So just wanted to understand what would that energy modeling do? I understand the predictive algorithms and ML side of it, work with quite a bit of battery energy companies as well in China and US. What would the outcomes of predictive algorithm be in this case?
Thank you very much for your question. We do two things in battery energy storage. First of all, battery siting. Deciding on putting, investing in batteries in which part of the states, for instance, is one of the basic questions. But the second part is battery energy dispatch modeling. So on which time of the day to buy from the grid, on which time of the day sell to the grid, on which exact minute to sell to the grid. This is the general
there are other simulation softwares that already do that work, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's for solar, wind, or either for our battery storage, there are simulation softwares for that are already doing that job.
There are two companies doing this job right now, but none of them are providing a SaaS solution, including the all big data integrated with more than 250,000 electricity nodes in Northern American market. We are providing a full data plus modeling solution, plus not only arbitrage. We are not only focusing on arbitrage, but also we are focusing on peak shaving, firming, smoothing, and all kind of scenarios can be run in our models. Yes, there are some Excel models to be on sale in the market. Even we got quotations and we tried them. Some Excel models and macros are doing some part of this job, but none of them are doing this wide variety of models, because not only arbitrage, but...
So your algorithm, and I will let other judges ask the question as well. Quick last question. So your algorithm will save time and costs both. Is that what you are saying?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you well. Can you?
Okay. Your algorithm, is it going to save time and costs both?
Exactly.
For the customers?
You don't need, for instance, there is Fractal Solutions. There's a company called Fractal Solutions. They are selling their Excel model for $40,000 per user. What we do, but you need to find the data, do your analysis for specific arbitrage reasons. But it doesn't give you any data. You have to buy the data, like historical and real-time data.
Understood.
Plus,
Understood.
For instance, there are some other ancillary services. For instance, you need the grid wants you to smooth the, let's say, solar profile. Battery can provide that, not only for energy arbitrage. We are doing all kind of these also, in addition to arbitrage modeling tools existing in the market, doing that job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Sorry, Kelly and Gabriel, we are out of time for now. Please use our chat and ask questions there. We have to move on. Thank you for the pitch, Mustafa. And now we are welcoming Miriam and Startup Breshna.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maria. Hi, everyone. Did you know that you can actually create your own video game in less than 10 minutes?
Miriam,
I'm Mariam Nusrat.
Excuse me, could you please make full screen?
I did make this full screen. I'm sorry about that. Try one more time.
Yes, please.
Here we go. Is that better?
No, it's the same.
Man, I hate technology. I can also just
You're an innovator.
Yes, but I can also just go extempore if that's needed. But let me try one last time. Sorry, guys. Thank you for your patience. Let's see here. And I'm going to see if this works. And then if it doesn't, I'll just go. And sorry, here we go. Okay, I'm just going to do this on my drive and hope that that works. Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll work it off the Google Drive screens. Here we go. All right. So guys, anyone over here can actually create a video game in less than 10 minutes. And that's probably going to be easier than me pulling up my screen on Zoom. I'm Mariam Nusrat, and we are transforming how video games are created so that people like you and I can create our own video games without any coding or design skills. Now, video games are powerful communication tools. The impact that they leave on our brains far transcends the virtual boundaries in which we live in. And yet we do not see them being mainstream for purposes beyond entertainment. Well, until now. We've created a platform that empowers ordinary users to create their own educational, marketing, training, and even entertainment games without any coding or design skills and at lightning fast speeds. So Breshna is no code and it makes games at lightning speed, and it actually gets its name from the word lightning in the Pashto language, which is my mother tongue. So with Breshna, you can imagine a teacher, who wants to create math learning fun. She can create a game like Super Mario where the player is catching the right numbers, like the even numbers, and dodging the odd numbers and having a whole lot of fun doing it. So the big idea is that the users can create fun and impactful video games and engage their audience without doing any coding or design skills. Think of it like the Canva for video games. Now, while we've only been incorporated for over a year, we've seen insane organic progress. We've had 16,000 users from 84 different countries that have made and created more than 5,000 video games on Breshna with $0 in digital marketing spent so far. We've also closed a funding round, which is around 2.3 million. I can say that because it's public and it's already closed, from strategic angel investors, including Bill Ackman, Blockchain Founders Fund, and 11 Tribes. Now, we're currently building the Web3 layer of Breshna, which will not only empower people to create and share their video games, but also own them and monetize them. So people will be able to put their own NFTs into their own video games, avatars, backgrounds, music. But then also, once they've made the game, they can take it to the Breshnaverse, which is a virtual carnival, and their game makers can monetize their own content creation. Now, while the journey for Breshna is new, I have been in the serious games and the edtech space for more than a decade. For this work, I've been on the Forbes Next 1000 Entrepreneur list, and I've also received the Clinton Global Initiative Honor Roll Alumni Award. I've done this work with a team of 19 passionate game developers and designers. We're highly diverse, we're highly committed, and we're very, very capital efficient. We have committed to the cause of empowering 100 million people to tell their stories through their own video games. And we are off to the moon. And the question is, are you game? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your solution. Now, Ella, please, your question.
Yeah, thank you. Can you briefly talk about your business model and also the computation landscape here?
Absolutely. So on the business model, very quickly, it's going to be through the Web3 layer. So because we allow our content creators, our game creators to monetize through the Web3, that's where we're going to come into a revenue share model. And we're also going to have inclusive and in-environment advertisements through the virtual carnival. So you can imagine virtual billboards, you can imagine a popcorn machine or a unicorn or a Ferris wheel that can have different types of advertising opportunities. So it's advertisements, NFT sales, and then also revenue sharing with our content creators. On the competition, we are at the intersection of 4 exploding tech trends: no code, hyper casual games, Web3, and purposeful communication. Now there's players in each of these, right? So you can see game maker platforms like Yo-Yo or Unreal Engine or Mod.io, but they're mostly low code, not really no code. Where they are like Roblox, it's deep immersive environments, but you can't make something lightning fast by ordinary people. But then there's also, people like Canva in the no code space or TikTok, but they haven't really done it for video games. And then most importantly, no one really has that Web3 layer right now. So we actually see all of these players as collaborators, and we think working with them will make the cake bigger rather than competing over a smaller slice of cake, because it's an exploding industry.
Thank you, Mariam. We have a question from Diane.
Awesome.
Hi, great pitch. Thank you. Can you talk a little bit about your current customer profile? Your example was for teachers, but I find it hard to believe that teachers actually have the time to work through this kind of solution. So who are your current customers?
So actually, Dan, when we launched our MVP, it was a little bit like throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing where it sticks, right? I mean, it's a user-generated content, so we wanted to see. And we've seen 4 key groups that are really using this. The first of all actually is the EdTech group. So teachers on average will spend an hour before every lesson creating content for their lessons. And Kahoot, which is a gamified quiz, is being used by 7 million teachers in their classrooms every single day. So the fact that they can cobble together a video game in less than 10 minutes has actually been very appealing. And teachers will create the first game, they'll make a quiz, but then they'll go on and give homework to their students. And then so is the parents group. So there's a whole EdTech group. Then there's the content creators, the 16 to 25-year-olds that are making videos on TikTok. They're making games on birthday games and prom proposals and Trevor Noah and makeup and Halloween. Then we see NGOs leveraging this for social impact games, climate action games, financial literacy, women in tech. And then we see some startups leveraging it for marketing and training. But the two groups that we're focusing on right now is content creators and the EdTech group, because actually that's where our largest scale has been. Very quickly, it's been a global audience because you can make a game in any language. So we've seen teachers from Saudi make Arabic video games for science, and we've seen French games and Spanish games in Southeast Asia has really picked it up because you can make games in any language, and that's a huge part of the global appeal.
Great, thank you. And final question from Gabriel.
Thank you. Yeah, great presentation. Very interesting. And you're also tackling so many angles. So I have a few doubts, especially in the gaming industry. You mentioned metaverse, but I see in that space is basically mostly the games that are very hardcore game developers that are building high quality games that eventually go to metaverse and eventually have NFTs and a play to earn model, right? But it's high quality, very complex developing machine behind. I like the non-code component, but at the end, I don't see if you will kind of like succeed against these high quality games. And also the NFTs I like NFTs, but on the other hand, there's the risk component of a lot of speculation. Then, you know, they just buy the NFT to sell them higher. And then if that doesn't happen, they pretty much die. So how you plan to protect on that side? You know? But still, I like the component of multi-language and non-code. Yeah.
I love that question, Gabriel, because we've spent so much time on this. So with the Web3 gaming space, I completely agree. Right now has been deep immersive AAA kind of games where you go in and it's been a play to earn model. But actually, if you look at it, the average mobile gamer is a 35-year-old woman, often playing Candy Crush on the metro. It's not your 22-year-old playing Call of Duty. So what happened with free-to-play games, the mobile games, the way that they blew up, that revolution, Web3 is hitting that now, right? Like Voodoo and publishers all over, Zynga and all of these are looking at Web3, but they're looking at it from a play to earn model. We're coming at it from a make and earn model. So we call ourselves the TikTok for Web3 video games, where yes, you know, it's going to be short games, it's going to be a short shelf life, but the carnival where you go in and it's kind of like you're investing in it, it's like kind of like SimCity, everyone has their own carnival stand, you continue to build it. That's where the deep immersion comes in. And then it's more like, just like at a carnival, it's like 5 minutes, you play a hoop game or something like that. So we have a cool balance between quantity and quality. And we do think that the Web3 revolution is going to hit that. On the NFTs, token, all of that, we can go into it, but very quick answer is we are not focusing on a play to earn, but a make and earn model, right? So our NFTs and token, the pricing is driven by the underlying utility of the paper, of the platform. And I'd love to share our white paper with you and get your thoughts on that and continue that discussion.
Yeah, definitely. We'd love to talk further. Thanks.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mariam. Thank you. Good luck. And now we are moving to startup Brainry Technologies. Ghazal, please, the stage is yours.
All right. Just let me go ahead and share my screen.
Please.
I'm assuming everybody can see my screen.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to present Brainry to you. My name is Ghazal Qureshi. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Brainry Technologies, which is an edtech company. So in today's world, learning has fundamentally changed. Nowadays, everyone is consuming content and information in bite-sized chunks. And this is not just true for the smartphone and TikTok generation, but it's true for all of us. Yet corporate and educational institutions are still using the old-fashioned methods of teaching. While I was creating a very successful after-school program which is now a national brand with over 107 locations, I saw firsthand problem with how people were taught and how they learn. So I started UpBrainly to really disrupt the world of learning. And UpBrainly solves this problem at scale with our immersive technology platform, which interacts with people in the way that they learn best. And we couple it with neuroscience skill-based training content. So UpBrainly's AI-based tech platform provides a rich and engaging learning experience which can be used in the classroom, home, or school. It uses TikTok-style learning models, 3D models, augmented reality, gamification, and each is presented to each learner based on their own unique learning styles, interests, and aptitudes. Our skill-based platform also follows a learner skill journey with badges and micro-credentials, which can be presented to higher ed institutions and future employers on the blockchain, no matter when they enter our platform. And we've built this solution for changing the way anyone learns and consumes information. However, in phase 1, we're targeting skill development for middle school and high school students so that they can make informed decisions about future in the education and workforce. And the first implementation that we are focusing on is the public school channel, and that market is a $1.4 trillion market in the United States alone. We are tracking not only skills, but we are tracking skill sets, and that is allowing us to be able to build that journey. The first implementation that we're talking about is our school implementation, school district implementation, and annually $1.5 billion are currently allocated for career and technical education in the public school system, which so far has been untapped by educational companies. And we're finding great success in providing our technology and content to school districts that are looking for skill-based training coupled with badging and credentials. And just yesterday, we were awarded a multi-million-dollar contract that will extend our reach to 52 schools across the world through a government contract and allows teachers to leverage our content and our technology in their CTE classrooms. We have several paid pilots and negotiations with school districts. However, there are 14,000 school districts in the United States alone, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have been featured in several organizations and part of the Google for Startups and Forbes Next 1000, and we have an amazing team, and together we're changing the way learning happens. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. And we already have a question from Narayanan.
Hey, Ghazal, fantastic presentation. Thank you very much for that. Actually, I have 3 questions. Number 1 is, how do you actually generate content? Number 2 is, how much content do you currently have on your platform? And number 3, when it comes to delivering your program, delivering your content via schools, how does it actually work? Is it like a hybrid where you combine the manual teaching by teachers along with your solution, or is it just your solution? How does that work? Thank you.
Well, thank you for your questions, and all great questions. I'm going to try and remember all of them, but please remind me if I forget to answer one. Sure. So in terms of how we generate content, we have partnered with subject matter experts, and we have our own internal teams of content developers, instructional designers, and a whole team of creatives, including animators, digital illustrators, and whatnot, that are actually working hand in hand. And we have a very smooth process cycle on how we actually take a course from start to finish and get it approved. And part of the reason that we're very nimble and able to do this very expeditiously is because we have an entire offshore arm, which is managed and QA'd by our onshore team. So that's on the content development side. The other question I already forgot. So
how much content do you currently have?
So by end of August of this year, we will have about 5,000 hours of content that would be on the platform.
And that includes what you currently have of around what, 3,000, 2,000, or?
Yes, that's we, actually, let me just do a really quick math on that, because we were just working on our, so we have about 10,000, we will have a total of about 10,000 hours of content by the end of August.
Okay, and well, I was wanting to get an idea of how much currently you have, but that's fine.
Currently,
moving on
yeah,
to
we have about half of that right now.
half of that. Okay.
Yes.
And my third question was with respect to your delivery of your curriculum. How do you deliver?
So our platform is very flexible, and it was built since I was in education before. We really started this before COVID on how to design a new system and how to disrupt it. We wanted to be very mindful of the fact that it should be able to have the ability to be synchronous, asynchronous, or a hybrid. And the usage that we're starting to see in the classrooms is actually using our platform in order to provide that hybrid education, no matter what the teacher is teaching. So if they're teaching about forces in motion, or they're teaching about careers in cybersecurity, they're able to leverage our complete coursework and just deliver it as is in the classroom using their own devices, or they're able to actually assign pieces of it in supplement to what they may be teaching. So they have a very much of a flexibility in how this is to be implemented.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ghazal. Thank you. And we are now moving to our startup number 8 for today, Startup Voice Script. And the founder, Renee, please, stage is yours. Unmute yourself just.
I'm assuming you guys see my slides.
Yeah, we can see it. Make full screen,
Right.
please.
Great.
Great.
My name is Renee Arvin. I'm the CEO of VoiceScript. We are a legal tech company based out of Florida. Our B2B SaaS solutions are sold to court reporting agencies and legal transcription companies. Stenography is one of the original gig economies, and stenographers basically deliver the entire service and the transcriptions. They manage the proceedings, they do a verbatim transcript, and then they deliver the final transcripts. But at this point, stenography is really running out of steam. The problem for the industry is that there is a severe shortage of reporters throughout the US. Last year, only 200 stenographers actually entered the market, while several thousand retired or just left the industry. Orange represents the current trend for stenographers. The only credible alternative to a stenographer is a digital court reporter, demonstrated here in green. Digital court reporters are projected to outnumber stenographers within the next 4 years. Digital reporters use purpose-built recording equipment to record proceedings, and they also take notes. But then from there, it goes to other people, legal transcribers, who actually produce the certified transcripts. All digital reporter solutions today from the various vendors are over 20 years old. And the transcription tools and the methodologies that are used are also very old and inefficient. The reality is that today's digital reporting services, if they're digital, fall short when they're compared to stenography. VoiceScript SaaS solutions are truly game changers for this industry. Our AI-enabled SaaS solutions allow digital court reporters and legal transcribers to deliver comparable product and services to stenographers. And with VoiceScript SaaS solutions, digital services are arguably better. They're definitely faster, and they are much less costly to deliver, again, compared to stenography. The way we monetize our solution, it's based on the actual audio hours, recorded audio hours that are processed through our platform, and based on the early stages that we have with customers today, an average ARR for a licensed user is going to be somewhere between $6,000 and $12,000 per annum. Our IP is proprietary. Everything that we're building is based on our own IP. We have a broad suite of speech and voice biometrics technologies, a modern PC-based multi-channel recording platform, a workforce management and workflow automation technologies. The script is experiencing strong customer adoption. We have several of the largest court reporting agencies in the country as our clients, as well as a fast growing adoption in the mid-market. Court reporting is a $5 billion market in the US. It's at least that size outside the US as well. Our first to market advantage for all of our solutions today give VoiceScript a strong head start in capturing our initial target of 10% market share. But because we have a very scalable SaaS solution, this provides us an opportunity to really go and capture much more market share than we currently project. VoiceScript team has a vast experience in court reporting, legal transcription, RPA, robotic process automation, as well as AI speech and NLU technologies. We're very capital efficient. We have a credible path to cash flow positivity by early next year. And we anticipate having a strong MRR to support a Series A that we are anticipating for the first half of next year. Last point I wanted to make is that the legal market, by and large, is recession proof. So as we look at what's going to, the various economic cycles, which I have lived through several times now, legal is recession proof, and litigation, which is where we make our revenue, is actually grows typically in bad times. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you, René. Great solution. Please, judges, your questions. Dear judges, no, we don't have questions. Okay, thank you, René. Thank you for the presentation. And I would like to remind to our judges to vote for each startup on our webpage and estimate as much startups as possible because your votes matter. And now we're going to our 9th startup, BioTrillion, and the founder, Savan. Please, stage is yours. Hi.
Hi, just trying to load. Wonderful. So, hello, my name is Savan Devani, founder and CEO at BioTrillion. Thank you for having us. BioTrillion is a deep tech digital health startup focused on the massive problem of late disease detection and the expensive measurement of diseases. Our focus brings together 3 powerful domains. The smartphone, which now sits in over 3 billion pockets, in particular, its annual increasing power of cameras. Number 2, AI-based computer vision to train that smartphone to see millimeter and millisecond details that we humans cannot. And of course, anatomy, in particular, the eyes and face, which you naturally interact with in that camera every time you look at your phone, creating an observation opportunity that could be medical over 100 times a day. My background includes 2 degrees in bioengineering and 12 years in life sciences, healthcare investment banking, focused on M&A in the drug, device, and diagnostic areas before I founded BioTrillion about 3 years ago. And the company has been assembling a multidisciplinary team with a rare combination of life, data, and computer science backgrounds. And we're hiring. Like our team, we also believe in having investors who bring an interdisciplinary mix of resources and experience to both the health and tech domains. And to date, we've raised over $2 million in our seed round with investors from prominent health and tech entities who you'll see here. So what if the smartphone in your pocket could measure signs of diseases from just a 5-second healthy selfie? We have 5 digital biomarkers that target the heart, the lung, and the brain, which you'll see here. And I'm going to show you just a couple second demo that one 5-second healthy selfie could do and track longitudinally. Just take heart rate, for example. We're getting it right from your face, and as a validation metric, it's within 5 beats currently from the Apple Watch. Our monetization spans vertically and horizontally, but it goes through the entire stack of healthcare. Just using providers as an example, telehealth 2.0. Right now, telehealth is just Zoom, HIPAA compliant Zoom. Imagine taking telehealth and giving what would ordinarily be the tools of a provider that they can't use, but in the patient's hand, in their smartphone, taking the measure, sending it over to the physician, greatly enhancing the quality of that telehealth visit. Why now? Because smartphone sensors and optical modality represent one of the most underleveraged opportunities in consumer healthcare. The industry is looking for that next killer application for a much more compelling value proposition to upgrade than just better cameras for pro photography or 3D emojis. We believe that killer app is health. We've got a lot of press from folks like the NIH, Forbes, and NVIDIA. And I'd like to just leave you with one thought. Take a moment to think about today's healthcare system and how it attempts to detect developing diseases or measure diseases responding to new drugs and trials, and how we could in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Now we have first question from Ella.
Thank you so much for the presentation. So you went through really quick. What did you really measure? What do you measure from all the biomarkers?
So here's a good example. So for the heart, we can measure heart rate within 5 beats of an Apple Watch. Currently, we're getting that a little bit better. We can now measure blood oxygen saturation, which is probably the gold standard biomarker for your respiratory or lung. In fact, if you remember during COVID, people would buy pulse oximeters to track that. I only wish we were able to do this 2 years ago. It would have changed the trajectory of COVID. Because when you're getting an infection, your blood can't infuse oxygen as well. And then in the brain, which is really where we started, we measure the pupil reflex, which measures the speed of synapses going in the brain. Eye tremor, which is an autonomic disease, which can affect folks with schizophrenia. And then hand tremor, which is a lot more intuitive, ranging from anxiety all the way up to essential tremor and Parkinson's.
Have you done any, let's say, pilot study regarding the accuracy? And also, can you quickly describe the patent?
Oh, yeah. So we've done a pilot study where focused on the brain first and our biomarkers for the brain. And we were able to stratify alcohol from caffeine. So basically, we had subjects take a depressant drug and a stimulant drug. And we were able to tell just by measuring their eye, the constriction speed of their pupil, whether they were the ones that took alcohol or caffeine. The constriction speed when stimulated by light is slower. It's faster when it's caffeinated. We believe diseases also affect the brain the same way in terms of slowing down the brain. So if you think of Alzheimer's, imagine longitudinally being able to take that measure in millimeters per second, maybe even once a month. And if you start to see that decrease, you know your brain speed slowing down. And if you want to stratify that between, say, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, well, now we have hand tremor, which can tell you that's more Parkinson's or less Parkinson's. And as far as our IP, which I just pulled up while I was talking, we have probably an immense digital health portfolio of patents. Our counsel tells us that we're one of the most patent filing startups at our stage. We've only raised $2.2 million, and we've done quite a lot with less than 2 million.
Thank you. And now we have a question from Jim.
Can you go over the financial model again? And was this mostly, just remind me, if it mostly B2C or what's the?
Yeah, I'll show you the go-to-market. So I mentioned, here we go. And my TAM numbers, I do believe are conservative. Horizontally, inside and outside of healthcare. For example, heart rate. Imagine being able to measure someone's heart rate on video, just from their face. There was a big trial that occurred in the US not too long ago. It'd be nice to know who was getting stressed during certain questions, debates, etc. Many other applications. And then vertically, pharma. Pharma needs ways to recruit subjects. Imagine being able to take some measures from your home, send it to pharma, and they could at least stratify you in half, and then clinically bring you in from there. But also then a drug's response, a disease's response to drugs. Imagine the trajectory of Alzheimer's starting to slow in response to a drug, and you can quantitatively measure that. The brain is one of those organs that endpoints are all subjective. You have to actually express what they are. There's no objective measures of the brain today, and we're in the year 2022. Providers I already went through, and then payers. Eventually, if you can early detect the disease, you will be then notified for an early clinically confirmatory diagnosis, which is a very big incentive for both the patient and payers in reduced treatment costs.
Yeah, love the space that you're working in. And this is the first time I've heard the healthy selfie term, so I thought that was pretty cool. What technology do you expect to add in the coming months and years?
Right now, we've got 5 digital biomarkers, and that's got our hands full. I mean, to be realistic, I don't know of any medtech company I've ever worked with that could even do one biomarker in under $2 million. I mean, they take years and hundreds of millions. We've got 5. We got to keep, even though we're on the asymptote on some of them, we got to keep refining because this is health and it needs to be perfect. But on the roadmap, heart rate from the face and blood oxygen from the face are the ones that we need to refine a little bit more. And that's going to take another few months. And then we can start off with pharma, who are a lot more exploratory in their endpoints, and then move up to providers. But when we get to providers, they all need to be completely refined.
Thank you. Thank you, Sivan, for the presentation, for your answers. And we are finishing with our last but not the least startup for today, Pump ML. And Jonah, please, stage is yours.
Awesome. Let me screen share real quick.
Please.
All right, can you guys see my screen here?
Yes.
Awesome. So we're Pump ML, and we allow software developers to build products that understand sound. If you're a developer today, it's pretty easy for you to build apps that understand voice. There's lots of tools out there to help you out with that. But there is so much data contained in audio beyond just voice. A baby crying, a dog barking, glass breaking in your house. And all of that data is kind of just being thrown away. We realized this when we tried to build an app that responded to the sound of a double clap. We spent all this time going out, collecting data, building out the systems to process all that data, and training and fine-tuning our models, and ultimately realized that it was incredibly difficult to build software that could actually understand the world around it. So we built Pump ML, the API that allows developers to tap into the value behind sound. Let's say you're a developer working at a company that manufactures smart home products, and you want to make your product respond to the sound of glass breaking so you can notify somebody if there's an intruder in their house. All you have to do is upload a few samples of that target sound to the Pump ML platform, and we deliver you a working machine learning model that you can just drag into your project and use. Over the past 5 months, we've added over 20 enterprise prospects to our sales pipeline, closed 5 LOIs, and slotted our first paid pilot for Q4 of this year. We charge customers a SaaS fee of $1,000 a month that scales with the usage of our product. Our early revenue comes from these custom enterprise solutions, but as the platform matures, we start to open it up to developers and remove ourselves from that direct model creation process. Right now, we're targeting the IoT and security space, which is a $1 billion market, but that's really nested in this much bigger TAM of $132 billion that we intend to expand into over the next few years. My co-founder, Andrew, has several years of experience in digital signal processing and machine learning, and I booked $70,000 going door-to-door marketing. So I like getting out there, talking to people, selling stuff, and Andrew likes to be behind the scenes building. We're originally friends from elementary school, so we've known each other for a while. Our vision is to become the go-to place for building products that understand the world around them. Today's technology takes up so much of our attention, but the devices of the future will be more deeply integrated into the background of our daily lives. And we're already starting to see that trend with AR and self-driving. But the only way that we can make this transition is if devices gain a much deeper awareness of what's going on around them. And that's where PumpML comes in. We're raising $1.5 million to help us hit 100K in ARR in the IoT space and launch the beta of our SDK to developers before the end of next year. There we go.
Please unmute yourself.
Okay, sorry, thank you. Thank you for the presentation, Jonah. Please, any questions from judges? Yeah, we have a question from Diane.
Hi, thank you for your pitch. Question about when you're reaching out to your current customers and how that sales process was initiated. Are these developers actively looking for sound solutions, or are you presenting them with a new feature that they now realize that they can incorporate? So I'm just trying to look for, is this something that people actually are currently trying to solve now, or are you introducing a new feature?
That's a great question. So a lot of the kind of smart home security companies in our pipeline right now, like Netatmo, who we just signed an LOI with, have actually strapped together their own internal software development teams to build out this functionality into their products to detect sounds like glass breaking and smoke alarms and stuff like that. And what that means for them is they're spending hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and they spend months of research and development building this functionality. And we come in and say, hey, license our SDKs, you'll be ready to go tomorrow. And you don't even have to worry about maintaining it because we handle all of that supportability on our side. So, these companies are already trying to integrate this stuff, but, we really kind of take that over for them.
Okay, thank you. No more questions, judges? Okay, so thank you, Jonah. Thank you, all the founders. You are already winners and wish you good luck. Anna, please, stage is yours now.
Thank you, Mary. Wonderful pitches. I totally agree with Mary. You were selected to pitch live out of almost 100 startups, so it's 1 to 10, which makes you, yes, the real winners. And dear judges, please, I insist, please finish your voting. Make sure you voted for all the companies so our algorithm can work correctly and estimate this mathematical whatever. And I remind you that we will be revealing the votes by categories. First, we will reveal how did guests vote, then how did business angels vote, then how did our expert board, our judges vote, and then official judges. And I will talk previously to official judges to find out whether they have like special comments or special favorites among startups. That's always interesting to know. And then we will see how did category of official judges as group voted, and then we'll have an ultimate winner who got the most, mathematical most, and he'll be joining all other contestants at our Unicorn Cup World Finals next Thursday, which all of us are looking forward to. Okay, 20 more seconds to go. You still can change somebody's destiny. And you will hear the music. Then the music means the end of voting. Okay, wonderful. Music, please, and we will look forward to see who the winner is. Okay. Okay. Ha ha ha, I know who the winner is, and you don't, but you will. You can go to our event page and see this is all happening in front of our eyes. I don't know how the categories voting. I voted, I just see the ultimate result. I'm also very interested to see how did it happen this way. Okay, how did our guests vote? And our guests voted like this. Like maybe we should invite different categories of judges to ask them their feedbacks would be interesting. Okay, let's see how did business angels vote. Business angels, they have different view. Okay, and our expert board put up front. These startups, you see, it's like some numbers. Yes, keep repeating. That's interesting. And let's talk to official judges. Ella, please tell me, did you find anyone interesting for your Health Tech Accelerator? How did you like North American startups today? And who are your favorites?
Yeah, so today I'm quite impressed by all the company presenter. They have been doing a great job. I'm also a little surprised to see actually it's pretty splitting up between the official judges and also our other person who scored. So my favorite top three are Brashna,
okay,
BioTrillion. What is my third one? The third one, the last one present. I forgot the name. Yeah, so those are my
ML. Bump ML. Yep.
Yeah, that are my top three.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Thank you, Ella, so much. And Kelly, how is it looking from Canada perspective?
Thank you so much again for organizing such a wonderful event. It's another great bundle of organizations. So I actually have 3 picks. My number one is Adway because they have a great market opportunities, but it really depends on how fast they can scale and additional value they can provide it to brands. And number 2 is Telebehavioral Health. And because they are dealing with a mental health treatment problem and their team is very professional and it's covered by insurance. But it's just the issue whether they can maintain a healthy cash flow. And number 3 is Upbrainery. It's Upbrainery because they found a very great niche and the market size is there. It's a career technical education. So all the best to participants. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly, for the wonderful feedback. And Jim, please summarize to us all.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love the direction that Upbrainery is going. The need for education and knowledge is infinite. There's no way we could build enough schools or traditional universities to educate an entire planet, but we need to find new ways of educating society. Love that. Same thing, power dev, energy. More energy hits the world in a single day than we use as humanity in an entire year, but we can't capture, store, and distribute effectively enough. So love the direction they're going in. But my favorite is BioTrillion. And just in the US alone, we spend over $3 trillion every year on healthcare between personal, business, and government. And by and large, we're not getting healthier. So we have to get in front of those health issues. Most of the cost comes from us trying to recover from major health issues. But if we just stay healthy, we stay out of hospitals, it'll help us live better lives and much more cost-effective lives as well. So those are my picks.
Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. I love the future we're heading towards too. And I really, really think all startups should succeed, because I want to see this future coming true as fast as possible. Okay, so we are ready to see how did official judges as a group voted. Please show us. Who did official judges select as winner? And by Trillion that is, but let's, Jim is saying, yeah, you already counted. Okay, the ultimate winner of today's Unicorn Battle for North American startups is, ta-dam, ta-da-da-dam, by a trillion, that is. You're totally right, Jim, Ella, Kelly, yes. Wonderful, thank you so much. Everyone is wonderful. And by trillion, come on, it's your moment of glory, speak up.
Well, thank you. And as it was echoed earlier, massive markets, what we're doing is incredibly hard. So the support is very much grateful. And there were a lot of great pitches in here, so very humbled to be in this company.
Wonderful. I congratulate you and remind you that next Thursday you need to be waked up early. It will be late at night, but still, then you'll wake up early in the morning, but it's worth it, because like it will be world pitches. And it will be the end of our season. We'll have a little break and meet you again in September, starting with the special event for Ukrainian startups that will support them. So next Thursday, I will see everyone online, June 16th. If you need special invitations, front row invitations, contact me or our wonderful event managers. And we still have some minutes if anyone wants to speak up. Say something, you can go ahead and do it. Otherwise, we can call the session done. Thank you so much. You helped us so much, startups with your pitches, investors with your marks. We rely on your expertise, we rely on your experience, and we're always glad to see you. So thank you, everyone. See you next Thursday. Stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll see you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Anna. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Pleasure.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye. Hello. Bye.